Right now, there's a strange feeling a lot of people are carrying. Around the world, we seem to be more connected than ever, yet somehow more alone. The definition of singlehood is the state of being single and especially unmarried. So the real question becomes, why are people more single than ever? And does this mean we're no longer pursuing love? In the UK, marriages are predicted to decline to historic lows by 2050, with a 28% drop forecasted over the next 30 years. This statistic is just one of many pointing to a wider shift, one people across generations are already experiencing, particularly Gen Z, but not exclusively. Let's explore the reasons why singlehood is on the rise and why this isn't necessarily a bad thing. If we're going to discuss singlehood, we have to start with the state of our current society and its impact on our relationships. Let's first cover how we're investing more time and money into education. In the early 1800s, fewer than 1 in 5 adults had some basic education, but now less than 1 in 5 adults have not received any formal education. With people spending more time in education, this can delay getting into long-term relationships as individuals focus on career development and personal growth first. For women, higher education enrollment has exceeded men's for the past 20 years. An increased level of education leads to better financial stability and reduces the necessity of marriage for economic security. This also creates a dating gap, where highly educated women find fewer compatible partners, not because of a lack of desire, but because of mismatched circumstances. In fact, recent reports show that for those working full-time between the ages of 16 and 24, the gender pay gap has reversed. For much of Gen Z, including those who have recently left university, women, on average, are slightly higher paid than men. On both sides of the coin, expectations haven't met up with reality. Some men struggle with partners who earn more, and some women still hope for a higher earning spouse. When these expectations meet a changing economy, it will inevitably reshape relationships. For our next point, we'll discuss an increase in the cost of living. House prices are on the rise globally. People aren't buying homes as they used to, and can we blame them? In London, house prices have risen by 73% over the past decade, whereas real wages have been stagnant in the UK for around 15 years, making it increasingly difficult to buy a home. Portugal and some cities in Spain are also facing housing crises, albeit due to separate reasons. For many, not being able to move out delays certain markers of independence. It can affect autonomy, life milestones, and even social confidence, all of which play a pivotal role in forming long-term partnerships. There's also the matter of privacy. A lack of private spaces may mean people in the early stages of dating could end up spending less time together. According to Time Out, a date in London costs between £90 and £140 as of early 2025. Driven by high costs for dining, drinks, and entertainment. These societal pressures can end up preventing people from meeting up. Pair this with other factors contributing to the cost of living crisis, and dating can look near impossible in this current climate. Lastly, we have to discuss the fact that individualism is on the rise. Reports show that individualism has increased by about 12% worldwide since 1960. Practices that fall under this term include self-reliance, personal choice, self-expression, and a change in economic behavior. For example, some may choose to prioritize their careers or traveling over starting a relationship. Women are also delaying childbirth, with many now having their first child after age 30 or 35 to focus on other areas of their lives, which could also mean that relationships take a back seat. Women are also reporting higher life satisfaction and greater happiness when single compared to being in an unfulfilling relationship. They may then choose to invest their energy into friendships, community, and family networks. Men are more likely to define their worth through personal achievements, such as wealth, fitness, and career success. As a result, they may choose to opt out of relationships until these achievements have been attained. As society becomes more individualistic, differences in how people approach dating, commitment, and timing are becoming more pronounced. These areas represent a growing shift in society, some of which are positive signs of a more equal world, but they also mark the beginning of a new era, one where singleness isn't just common, but increasingly central. Join us for part 2, where we explore why, even as people try to move away from singlehood, so many find themselves pulled back in.